It's under the tree. Morning is under the tree. Mel and Tony, where we meet. Morning, Mel.
Good morning, Tony, and morning to our viewing audience, and welcome to another segment of Morning Boost. It's good to be here
Morning boost. Morning boost. Okay. You need a boost in the morning.
every morning.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Yeah.
I hope that everyone wake up feeling fully charged.
Fully charged. Well, it's a beautiful morning. You're right. Outside it's beautiful. The sun is up, and everything is looking right. I went to take a walk outside and look. The trees are blooming. The mangoes are falling everywhere. I'm telling you, what a beautiful Bahamas we have. And my contribution to the Bahamas this morning is that we don't appreciate how far we came and what we have and what's around and what's for us. Other countries around the world, which we have just the freedom of speech and freedom of association and freedom to love who you want and freedom. And my contribution this morning is simple. We complain about everything. We need now to stop it, do more, give more, love more. And that's my contribution, Mel, this morning. And what's.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that's a very good piece of advice. If we appreciate what we have and give more. And I am continuing on with serving up our water sandwich. I wonder if our viewing audience remembered last session where men were required to create a manwich, women to create a patty. And then we went on to talk about water and the summer months that we are trudging through and where our consumption of water should increase. And I would love to give a prize to anyone who could remember the requirement, the daily recommended water requirement for men and women. If you can do that, you can hit us up in our chat and we will definitely have a prize for you. We want to share valuable information. And so today we're going to talk about how to get the best out of water without compromising your health. In essence, we like to say more bang for your bucks. And some people say, how could you get more bangs from drinking water? But actually, water comes into our body in many ways through our food, through our drinks, through our snacks. And so, what I want to do is to encourage you to choose the healthier options for getting water. The purest way to get water, of course, is to just drink the water. Now, lots of folks like to drink coffee first thing in the morning. Some people like to drink orange juice, some like apple juice. And all of these actually have some water in it. But when we look at what else is in the water, sugar, coffee, and some of these things, we know everyone is talking about the fact that sugar is not good in excess. But people would say, don't drink or don't use sugar at all. I say, like everything else, in moderation. But if you have a disease such as diabetes that contraindicates the use of sugar, then I suggest that you use something like some lime, cut up some fruits and put it in the water. That would increase your consumption. Also, for children, it's summer and it is so easy to just grab a Kool-Aid, grab a soda, and these things are loaded with sugar. They will give you an energy boost, but then they would cause you to flop in a very short period of time, it is not good for the immune system. And so, what you can do as parents, buy some lime, buy some lemon, get some sour from the neighbor, cut them, make a little bit of sweetener, add it to it, pop it in the freezer in the little baggies, and it will help to keep the children cool and healthy. For adults, we have lots and lots of trees around us: the lime tree, the pear leaf, the mango leaf, guava leaf, all of these things. You can literally boil them and make a tea, and it can either be drank as hot tea or as cold tea. Of course, it's summer, so you don't want hot tea. So go towards creating your homemade drinks, lemonade, your iced tea. Drink as much as you can. It won't do you any harm. But definitely, when you think about buying for your bucks or more bangs for your dollars, you want to be economical, but you also want to be healthy. So get in more water, and remember to put in the chat how much is recommended for men, how much is recommended for women. Let's see how much you're retaining. And Tony, we're on to our subject for today.
And what that may be.
Well, we're going into part two, telltale signs that he's leaving.
Hmm. Telltale time he, she leaving. Morning. Go back to our topic last Monday, and we dealt with communication. We dealt with not having respect, not having doing things that not bringing it together, but just harming the relationship. That making sure that I want to out. This is basically what it is. That I'm leaving, and yes, I'm leaving. You know how that goes. Don't tell me I'm leaving, and it's so difficult to bring back relationship when those signs are started. You wouldn't believe how they just escalate, and so it becomes. So we dealt with we dealt with those things. Now we're gonna take it on to a next level, where we can refine it a little more. So you can see these things. These are things that you can really like really think and say, yes, he's onto something. Yes, he right, because this is what I see. This is how it's going. Because in some cases, people, when they want out of a relationship, they get kind of bold. And so in some cases, they started to push the envelope. They started to come home later. They started to come home very late. And then they always have an excuse. Every now the excuse comes into play, where we they talk about, I stop home to my mother, or I pass by my sister, or I stop by the club. Every day it's increased. But let's talk for a moment right in the home. What happens? They go to the kitchen, they make a cup of tea. Normally they make tea for you and him, or her and him. But now they only make it one cup of tea. These are the telltale signs. Then you have one of the most important that you can put your head to ensure. These are the signs. And one of the most important signs to look for when you want to know your partner is leaving, or want out, or time to apart, is this. For women, If she's seen somebody else and she wants out, she become very beautiful. That's a telltale sign. Her clothes, drama, her clothes change because what is happening if it's a force on the outside is making her excited, she got to dress for the excitement, the compliment that she not getting home. So she have to get ready for it. So every time, every in the morning, she has to put on the clothes and go. Now she spend time in the mirror, pulling the clothes down and changing. Make she got to be beautiful for the day because if it's the guy on the job, if it's the guy that she passed through, go to Burger King when she lunchtime, if it's the guy that she stopped, the mechanic or whatever it is, she starts to be beautiful. And then somebody say, "Well, but she's always beautiful." But no, no, she comes extra beautiful. Her eyelashes, her makeup is on point now. Her clothes matching and is on point. So these are the telltale signs. The way she walk, how often she's on the phone, how often she departs, how often she goes in isolation. And these are the telltale signs. How often now she goes to the food store. See, when people want out, leaving you, they have a trail. But you have to be smart enough to watch the trail. But I will say this, and Mel, you can chime in. If somebody decided want to leave me, and I see these telltale signs, what you think we do?
Well, definitely you would take measures to redirect that focus on yourself. Now, providing it is not too late, because as a woman, I can say that women always say what it is that they want in in a relationship, from a relationship. Men hear it, they get pulled in for a while, and then they let the reins go again. The women get tired of that repetitive begging, begging for attention, begging for love. And yes, if someone out there is showing her what she is needing. Now, I know that one of the mistakes that people can do is start sharing with someone of the opposite sex. Women often share their struggles with their female friends. Um, Depending on who their friends could pull them away from that non functional relationship, or they will provide tips as to really how to get his attention. All right. But I
Well,
think that whether it's the man or whether it's the woman who is deciding to leave, you don't want to appear needy. You don't want to appear like desperate, because when you do, that just gives the individual more fuel to treat you in an undesirable, unacceptable way. But if you sit down and anchor yourself, take a look at the way the relationship has been going. Question yourself first before you question the partner. What have I been doing or not doing? What has he or she been saying to me that I have not been listening to? Or if I listened, I did not act on it.
mhm.
No
um,
relationship is irreparable.
no relationship is repairable, but majority of relationship when they started this movement and started this way, your relationship is really torn. And most cases, you should leave him alone. And the reason why,
That's after you would have done your due diligence to
mhm,
discover the problem and
mhm,
try to rectify the problem.
mhm,
If it's not rectifiable, like, there's this popular thing of the 80s, 90s, irreconcilable differences. Yeah. Sometimes you really have grown too far apart to um, make amends.
but the new wave relationship, the new
Definitely,
wave,
if the
mhm,
division is generated by abuse, then hey,
new wave relationship. See, let's don't get it mixed up. The new wave relationship is not based on solely love and affection and all that. It's new wave relationship is based on finance, money, power and control.
a
Power, money
combination.
and control. Power, money and control. The old relationship that probably you had back in the day, based on family, love, affection, and care, and God. Today's relationship, God is not in the equation. We go to church. Hold on. We go to church because we feel it's good to go to church because this is what everybody doing to make you look like a good person. Back then, in relationship, you go to church because you love the Lord. It's a whole different category. See, if you go into all this deep, there's a whole different category. So now what we have here is majority of young people into what you could give me, what I can get. The old relationship you talking about is let's love, let's build a family, let's get together. We live for people. See, the old relationship based on we live for society. What society do, what society say, this is what we do. Mommy say this, and it ain't good to do this because people looking at you and people, if you break up, people worry about your relationship, and we got to go together as a unit out there, but inside we kill one another. See, this that old school.
Um,
Today's relationship, hold on, today's relationship is based on things, things, things. Go ahead.
okay. So, my question to you is Is there no room in the modern, current profile of relationship for the things that were in the old? Why is it that the things of the past, the things that worked, the things that kept families together, you saying today's relationship and yesterday's relationship, yes, maybe there are some things about the old way that needs to be in the new way because things were in the home back then, but they were not the primary focus. And I do not think that the current modern day relationship is not craving those things. It's just that they are driven by the economic belt of things, of acquiring and accruing things, better education, better homes, better cars, eating out and all of that. But at the end of the day, at the core of it all is the human, and things do
You
not satisfy human.
listen,
Woman is satisfied by connections and
listen.
relationships,
You brought you
relating with each other.
you brought something to the table that I think you need to do some research on. And we need to take a relationship. We need to go into this exact thing you said. Something you said that triggered me off that I didn't even want to stop listening. You said family, you said home. Young people don't want a home. Young people don't care about home. Young
Well,
people, young people today is only interested in what's in front of them now. Party. You know what they'll say to you? Check. Ask them. Walk and ask them. They'll say this. They say, "Oh, my mother don't worry about home. My mother don't worry about home. I don't worry about home. Home? Why?" This is what they say. Why did I buy something that I gotta pay for the next 30 years, and I can't have no fun? And then me and the man can break up, and then so they ain't even going down that road. Young people ain't interested in those things. That's why I'm telling you the the the, the thought process that you had back then is not. Young people only interested right now is partying and what's in front of them.
well, that's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
If because guess what? When you look at the old and the new, it's literally a difference in the focus. The
Uh-huh.
old people looked at the future 10 years, 15 years down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Today, when they look back, you know what they say? If only I had enjoyed myself along the journey. Okay? And
Mm-hmm.
so the young people have some aspects right. The older people had some aspects right. I am saying create that sandwich between the old and the new and create a better opportunity, a better quality of life for
Mm-hmm.
yourself. And because the young people are still having children,
Yeah,
okay? And
but
they are in the present, and their children are dressed, their children
children
are
are
fed, their
children.
children are educated the same way that the older families were delaying
But
their
that's my question.
satisfaction to secure or what they perceive to be securing the
But
future of
children,
their children.
yeah. But having children has nothing to do because that thing, the children is not planned. One hot night, we shoot
No, no
shots.
children in
We,
the Bahamas, few children in the Bahamas were ever planned.
right. So we go shoot. See, we go out, we party, we love this guy, we shoot shots, and we screw. When we juice and come and have these children pop up, then we say, okay, we gotta take care of these children. Give it 1 year. The man disappear. The woman stuck with the children by herself.
Mm-hmm.
She either got to take him to court or make up her mind to do this on her own. He can show up every time he feels like he's gonna pop in to say, well, and put $50 on the table. Excuse me, $50 on the table. What has nothing to do with helping grow this child up. That's a whole different show in another show. But
Yeah.
and so what I'm saying to you is that in these relationships, Bahamian men don't even want to work. So
Okay.
you think they want to take care of children?
Okay.
If
So,
this country was relying on Bahamian men working, we would have shut down.
but listen to me. Coming back
Don't
to
get distracted, yeah.
your coming back to your comparison of the new and the old, there are no telltale
Hmm.
signs in the new relationship because nobody is in it for the long haul. But if we
No.
are talking about telltale signs about leaving, it means that the young people are not focused. They're not concerned about how long you with me. You here now, let's have fun. It's
Hmm.
the older generation where these telltale signs begin to matter. It don't
Hmm.
matter the young people whether you stay or go.
And I don't blame the young people. Let me tell you why. I side with the young people. It sounds crazy to me. It sounds crazy to you. I don't blame the young people. Why did I stick and stay in a relationship where, watch now, I do not enjoy this relationship
Any
this
longer.
any longer? See, I thought you was Prince Charming. you turn out to be horror. Why
Mm,
should I stay in horror?
okay.
And so that's why the young woman today, when I say, watch the walk, you watch the walk, because once they start on the road to the path from you, all you do, all you do is watch the walk. For some reason, the Bahamian woman, when they find something that interests them, their walk change. That's experience.
Because the woman is loving herself. You know, I always advocate self-love. You cannot love someone else before you learn to love yourself. You cannot care for someone else before you learn to care for yourself. The Bible itself says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Okay? You have to first love yourself. You have to care for yourself. Yes, things are important. And so if I change my dress code, I change the way I fix my hair, I change the way I think. We are not inanimate objects where, as you are made, you stay. God created us to evolve, to adapt, to, to create, to transform. So, therefore, we should never hold someone, oh, when I meet you, you used to be this way. Okay, but I'm not a rock.
Mm-hmm.
And if I am, I'm a rolling stone. And as I roll, I pick up new ideas, new content, or like a magnet. But as individuals, we choose to be or not to be. We are beings.
Yeah.
So we are growing. If you're not growing, you're dead.
Yeah. So
Happen
so
in many relationships. They
so you
die, and one dead person wants the other person to lay on the side of them and die too.
why
Take
should
charge of your life.
yeah. So why should I stay? See, and young people, I when people start this journey of they want to leave you, they start making you last but least before I get into this, they make you believe that you're senile. Like something is wrong with your head.
Mm.
They started to show, they try to make this guilt trip and all this craziness. You don't do this, and you ain't right, and you did, and they find fault with you every way. They're making you feel, and they also go so far as to m- make you feel small. Let me give you example. I'll give you a couple examples. I'll give you example. One of the things they do, if you have intimate, sexual intimates in the bed,
Hmm.
what they want to leave you. So what they do, they'll make you seem like this ain't working. Like
Well, maybe it ain't working.
no, but hold on, it might be working, but they can make you feel this way because they want to make this guilt trip that oh, I am not enjoying this no more. Because
Mm.
first of all, first of all, what they're gonna do in a relationship, in this relationship, this is my last point in it. They're gonna make you feel that when you started to make love or when you're making love to them, that it they're not gonna move. So they can lie there like a dead stalk. They can lie there. The only reason they doing having sex with you is because they don't want to really say they wasn't a good person to you. They use this as leverage. They know they don't want to do it.
Oh, well,
So it become one partner and one body. And so the body is just
unfortunately,
laying there and they can tell you, what you complaining for? I give it. You cannot give
wow.
if it ain't two people involved in love making, it ain't nothing. And so they use when they leave, and this is things they do, and they make you feel like something's wrong with you mentally. Like then they make you feel like your dick ain't working. They make you feel like you you can't. Oh, all these years you've been making it well and things was going fine. Why all of a sudden now? Hmm. So these are telltale signs. That's
But I
why
will
to
tell you,
showcase.
I will tell you why all of a sudden
Hmm.
it don't please them no more. It's because a woman, mind, body, and spirit are all connected. Men are too, but
Hmm.
women are more emotionally tied to their sexuality. And
Hmm.
so when you don't satisfy them emotionally, then you cannot satisfy them physically.
And from the opposite side, the man, what he does every time he comes home, he try to go to bed early.
Okay.
He try to stay with your way.
Hmm.
He don't want to go to bed with you. So he does things that, and then when he jump on top of you, he finds an excuse. Oh, my back hurting. Oh, this he, they find all kind of excuse to get out. They just won't
So
get out of this because
excuses.
excuses. And so when you see these telltale signs, you better watch the road because the individuals are walking out of your life, walking right out of your life. And so when you see these tell times, let them go. People do things because there's another motive. People don't do things unless it's the next motive.
Well, Tony, let me add this final thing
Go ahead,
for,
darling.
for persons to think about based on the scenarios that you have created in terms of old relationships and modern relationships.
Hmm.
There is no need for anyone to look long term because it only for the moment. We living in the present. We ain't worrying about the future. The past is behind us. The future isn't here yet. So let's live in the present.
Our next show, we're going to take on, is age really a number or age is a mindset?
Okay.
And that's our next show. We're going to take on the old people. Age is a number or it's a, because because a lot of people been having this discussion. I want to talk about this age thing because does age really matter?
Okay.
I'm asking you the question. Does age
For
ever matter?
me, it doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter. It
So here,
matters in certain areas of your life, but it depends on which area of your life you're talking about.
but here
Age
the question.
matters, and it
Here the
doesn't
question.
matter.
Here the question. Would you date a young man or old man? What is your
All
choice?
right. Definitely, we will take that on in the next segment.
Age is
We
a
cannot
number.
take that on at this
See you
moment.
on Friday, folks. We're gonna take on that topic. She didn't want to answer that, but we can take that topic on Friday. Is age? This is a number, or it's a fact that age
So
is
I
not
hear
even
you.
counted. I
Okay,
so
ladies
let
and gentlemen, thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you again Friday.
and have a great day, everybody. Bye bye now.